Um, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? We gotta look at this right here.
What if
You
I
know,
told you?
what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man. Jay Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy. Before you end up like Beezy, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Like I said, y'all, I'm live on Twitch right now. Subscribe to the second channel. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. All my new subscribers and new viewers. If you do want to go watch every NFL reaction I've ever did, every NBA reaction I've ever did, anything, if you want to go watch that, it is in the playlist section, you know what I'm saying? But we got the New York Giants is a problem. You know what I'm saying? The New York Giants is a problem. And this is what a lot of people don't want to see. I'm not gonna lie. See, one thing about me, I be on it. I be on it. You know what I'm saying? I be on it. So I got sources. John Harbaugh already, bro, he fired most of the defensive staff. The vice president for the Giants, not the vice, I think the vice president of something, you know what I'm saying? But he got let go after 27 years with the Giants. The head athletic trainer, he's been with the Giants ever since 1976, and they let him go because we've been the most injured team since 2017. Bro, changes are being made, and we just signed a free agent. I probably didn't know that. Just signed a free agent today. We're making moves, bro. And then word on the street, Tyler Linderbaum, Isaiah Likely, Awuzie is on the block. They're free agents. So look, all we got to say is how we know we can't get them in free agency. I'm just saying, man, John is making a lot of moves, and our problem, and a lot of people love saying, bro, Jay, you say this every season. Y'all be saying this and all that on the chat and all that. Jay, you say this every season. Stop the lying. I've only been doing football reactions for like 3 seasons. You know what I'm saying? For like 3 seasons. I did not start off my YouTube career, you know what I'm saying, doing football. Real ones know. So please stop making it seem like, oh, every single year you say the same thing. I wasn't on YouTube every single year, so stop the lying. 2022 is when I really started believing in my Giants. And we made it to the playoffs and beat the Minnesota Vikings and then made it to the divisional round. That's when I started riding the wave. I knew my Giants sucked because we had trash coaches. I wasn't delusional. I wasn't even watching them for real. That's how bad they were. You know what I mean? We were bad ever since Eli Manning left. Tom Coughlin. Team has been terrible, making terrible hires and all that. But I'm telling you, bro, the problem has been for the past 2 seasons has been coaching and it's been injuries. So I'm glad that they got rid of our head athletic trainer because we've been injured, been one of the most injured teams ever. I'm glad that he wiped out the whole coaching staff. I am glad that this happened. I'm glad. Change is better. How do you expect to get better if you do not change anything? So John coming here and making major moves is what we needed. We haven't had a coach like John ever since Tom Coughlin. And we proved to the world what we can do when we have a good coach. You know what I'm saying? We have a stellar defense. We have all the pieces. This ain't the Raiders like Petey Carroll. We have pieces, bro. You know what I'm saying? We just need good coaching. And I promise you, bro, we're going to shoot through the freaking roof. Good coaching and staying healthy, bro. This Giants is a 10-plus win team. Easy. I can't tell you how many times we lost a game because of Brian Daboll's poor time management. I can't tell you how many times we lost a game because of Shane Bowen. I cannot tell you how many times we lost a game because of coaching. But this year, it ends now.
What if I told you the NFL's favorite punchline is about to become its biggest problem? For over a decade, the New York Giants have spiraled into irrelevance, held hostage by disastrous coaching hires, front office blunders, and a carousel of false hope. But now, the winds may finally be shifting at MetLife Stadium. With the bombshell hiring of John Harbaugh, a proven winner and Super Bowl champion, the Giants may...
And this is another thing. Look, this is the thing right here. It's not like when it comes to John, like John is like every coach that we've had for the past, like I said, I try to tell y'all this, for the past 10 seasons, we have 4 different head coaches. See, John is not a head coach where we gotta, well, is he going to be good? Is he going to be bad? He not like we gotta think like we gotta just have hopes for. He's a proven winner. You know what I'm saying? We know that we got a good head coach. We know that we have a winner. See, when it comes to the Falcons, when it comes to Kevin Stefanski, is he going to be good? Is he going to be bad? 6, 7. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So they unsure with Kevin Stefanski. And then with the freaking, he just hired Tommy. You know what I mean? Tommy. For an offensive coordinator position. He just got him from college who has no experience on the NFL level. He already making stupid hires. You know what I'm saying? But one thing we're not doing with John Harbaugh, we're not unsure. We know that we have a winner here.
Have just landed the one man capable of dragging this broken franchise back to greatness. This is how one bold move could resurrect a fallen giant and flip the script on one of the NFL's most embarrassing eras.
I don't care what nobody say. Daniel Jones was BJ for us. I don't care what nobody say. I realized what he done with the freaking Indianapolis Colts, but he was BJ for us.
For starters, let's talk about the 2025 season, which was another one to forget for the New York Giants. The team once again finished at the bottom of the NFC East, limping to a 4-13 record and being eliminated from playoff contention weeks before the end of the season. For a team that's made the playoffs just twice in the last 14 years, this was a level of disappointment that is all too familiar for Giants fans. At least it was from a record perspective. This time, amidst all the frustrating losses, there was actually something else lingering in the background. A flicker of hope that Giants fans could cling to that has since erupted into an uncontrollable blaze of optimism. For one, rookie quarterback Jackson Dart showed flashes of ability throughout the season.
Okay, now let me go ahead and just tell people about Jackson Dart, because it really pisses me off how people acting like Jackson Dart has something to prove. Like, people love saying if Jackson Dart is that quarterback under John, what the Giants would do. See, when people say if, it pisses me off. Stop acting like this man is not proven. Stop acting like this man wasn't the best rookie quarterback this season. He literally was the best rookie quarterback this season. So why is it different energy with my Giants? So you hyping up Shadur Sanders, who barely played. You hyping up Shadur. But when it comes to Jackson Dart, Jackson need to prove himself. When Jackson had better stats than Shadur. When Jackson played more games than Shadur Sanders. But y'all hype up Shadur Sanders, though. You know what I'm saying? But you don't hype up Jackson Dart. And then you got people calling him Jackson Fart when he threw 15 for 5 and started 12 games. He started 12 games, bro. Missed 5. And he threw 15 for 5. That's almost as much as freaking Jalen Hurts had last season. He threw 18 TDs and 5 interceptions. This man only started for 12 games and threw 15 for 5, but he Jackson Fart. But he needs something to prove. He had a better season than Cam Ward. And Cam Ward played the whole season. Cam Ward threw 15 for 7. Jackson Dart threw 15 for 5. I'm just telling y'all what it is. The man is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league, bro. If anything, he's the most proven rookie out the class. This ain't Michael Penis. This ain't a guy that just played 3 games. This ain't a guy that just played 2 games. This guy played 12 games, and he need more to prove while having the most difficult schedule than any other quarterback, while playing with an injured roster, but he need to prove something? If he good. We already see he good. You know what I mean? We already see that he's the guy. What you mean, if he good? When he's good. What are you talking about? If he did that with that squad that we had last year, with that practice squad, what you think he's going to do with Neighbors?
Stuck in a rough situation, although he shared...
And then people talking about Jackson Fart. Please stop it. Y'all just making up nicknames because I make nicknames. Brock Turdy is really Turdy. Jalen Dirt is really Dirt. Lamar Harden is really Harden. So y'all just trying to say nicknames because I make up nicknames. How you going to call a man Jackson Fart when he threw 15 for 5?
With flashes of ability throughout the season.
That man had a better season than Daniel Jones' whole freaking season the year before last.
Being stuck in a rough situation. Although he shared the QB room with
Josh Allen, Josh Edwards,
Wilson, and Jameis Winston, Dart made the starting job his own very early on and managed a solid 2,272 yards and 24 total touchdowns across his 12 starts. His passer rating of 91.7 was higher than that of Bo Nix, Baker Mayfield.
Thank you. Now, I was just trying to QBR. I was just trying to tell y'all that he was top 20 with QBR. Higher than Bo Nix and all. Yeah. That guy, pal.
His passer rating of 90.
Do you see Cam Ward in there? Do you see Brock Purdy in here? Do we see Brock Purdy? You know what I'm saying? Do we see any of that in here?
1.7 was higher than that of Bo Nix, Baker Mayfield, and even Patrick Mahomes. Not bad at all, right? He achieved this despite missing the team's two best offensive weapons for most of the season. Star wide receiver Malik Neighbors and exciting rookie running back Cam Scatterbo managed just 9 starts between them on the year, having both suffered season-ending injuries. It's easy to imagine that if these two had been healthy all year, the Giants would have managed more than 22.4 points per game, which ranked them 17th in the NFL, right in the middle of the pack. And now, with Harbaugh in the building, it's even easier to imagine these guys being a serious problem for the rest of the NFL moving forward. The team's biggest issues, however, were on defense. In 2025, the team ranked 5th worst in the league for yards allowed, with the running game in particular being a serious weakness. Only the Cincinnati Bengals gave up more yards on the ground. Lowlights on the year included overtime losses to both Dallas and Detroit, where the offense played well in tight contests, but the defense sold the game, with that 40-37 loss in Dallas in Week 2 really setting the tone for the year. Jackson Dart may have added a bit of spark when he entered the lineup, but ultimately a 2-8 record after—
Look at this, y'all. Look at this. I want to show y'all this. Washington, 21-6. The casuals gonna look at this and like, dang, bro, y'all got beat down. 21-6, bro. Telling y'all, Russell Wilson. It was close the whole game. Literally. The whole game. They pulled off literally at the end. At the end of the game. This right here was close. Russell Wilson sold this game. Russell Wilson sold this game. We should have beat Kansas City, but Russell Wilson threw 2 interceptions. We was locking down Patrick Mahomes. 3 games got sold by Russell Wilson. 0-3. Jackson Dart's first start win. This right here, y'all, was completely on us. We got a fumble. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many turnovers we had this game. I don't know. When I mean self-inflicted, we was beating the freaking New Orleans Saints 14-0. But we just started turning over the ball. I don't know what the freak was going on in this game. Shouldn't have lost this game. This right here, he beat the Smeagol's full squad, bro, with practice squad members. This was not a fluke. 33-32. I don't even want to talk about that. This right here, I'm not gonna lie. Darius Slayton had a TD. We ripped Jalen Hurts in their territory, but literally these trash refs, you know what I'm saying? Literally gave them the ball back and they scored on that drive. You know what I'm saying? Freaking San Francisco ain't got nothing to say about that, but let's talk about the freaking Chicago Bears. We should have won that game. Packers should have won that game.
In a row meant that something had to change. Heads had to roll.
Freak on, bro.
There could only be one person to point the finger at. Head coach Brian Daboll was out. Daboll had won a playoff game in his very first year with the team, but after 4 years, the Mara family decided it was time to give him his pink slip, with the offensive coordinator Mike Kafka seeing out the final 7 games of the year. But, as we've said, there were definitely reasons for optimism within this 4-13 season, with the emergence of a young quarterback with plenty of upside and several young weapons ready to find the next level under a better head coach. Enter John Harbaugh.
We got to bring back Wan'Dale Robinson.
Biggest shocks of Black Monday.
Cut Darius Slayton.
John Harbaugh and the Ravens parted company after 18 seasons in Baltimore. Under Harbaugh, the Ravens were a perennial playoff contender, with the team reaching the postseason 12 times during that stretch. He solidified his name as a franchise legend by delivering just the 2nd title in Ravens franchise history, with a dramatic victory over San Francisco in Super Bowl 46. As soon as Harbaugh's departure was announced, it was obvious that there would be a massive queue of teams looking to secure his services, as coaches of his caliber don't appear on the open market too often. Harbaugh would no doubt have had his pick of the 8 other head coaching vacancies, but to the delight of Giants fans, he's agreed to become the 24th head coach in franchise history, as he aims to bring success back to New York. He arrives in New York with plenty of coaching pedigree and experience at the top level. He's a culture setter, a guy who has molded the Ravens franchise in his image over the last 18 years, and most importantly, he's a guy who knows how to win. That is exactly what these Giants need. In the year since the team's last title at the end of the 2011 season, the Giants have been the 4th worst team in football, with only the Browns, Jaguars, and Jets winning fewer games in that time. With Harbaugh at the helm, this is a team that looks set to improve and become a problem almost immediately. Harbaugh will immediately be figuring out how he wants to overhaul this team to get them back amongst the NFL's elite, and based on what he achieved in Baltimore, you back him to do just that. Back when he first took the Ravens job in 2008, he was tasked with fixing a 5-11 team. And what did he do? he took them to the AFC Championship game in his first year in charge. That year, the Ravens improved massively on both sides of the ball, going from 24th to 11th in points scored and from 22nd to 3rd in points allowed. These have to be promising signs for Giants fans, who will be hoping for an equally quick turnaround this time around. There's reason to suggest that this is exactly what Harbaugh could do here. He has taken this job for a reason, understanding the potential that this roster has and savoring the task of taking the team to the next level. As bad as the 2025 season was, there are a surprising amount of players on the roster who you can point towards and imagine being a problem in 2026 with the right guidance. Before we get into the rest of the video.
Heck yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, man. You know, I'm not delusional with this team. I actually watch, you know what I'm saying? Like I actually, for me, I actually watch this team, bro. And I just feel like it's just, man, I feel like it's the closest that we've been, bro, ever since 2022. And, you know, it's just, bro, this organization just been making bad hires and bad draft picks and all that, bro. So it's finally, bro, I'm just glad that this team, because like I said, man, I enjoy all my teams, bro. You know what I'm saying? MLB, college, NBA, postseason bound. I enjoy 3, you know what I'm saying, of my teams making the postseason. We already know that's going to be like automatic every year. I just want to see these New York Giants make it, man. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see the Giants make it consistently, not just one year. I want to be consistent. Consistent, man. Too much losing, man. Too much losing, man. It stops now. Losing stops now. You know what I'm saying? It stops now, man. And they and the freaking owners, they letting them do whatever the freak you want to do. Major changes. No defensive for all the Giants fans. No defensive staff is coming back. They're gone. You know what I'm saying? Kafka's gone. You know, yeah. He's bringing over his staff from Baltimore over here. You feel me? Straight up. You feel me? So all I'm saying is, and I think Baltimore just found their head coach, by the way. But we're tired of losing, man. You know what I'm saying? Tired of it, bro. Tired of freaking losing. And this ain't finna be like 2022, where we just win one season and then become terrible again. No, we finna start winning over and over again. Change is being made. Change has come. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I see my team, bro. Honestly, bro. Hey, man, I want the bowl. You know what I'm saying? I want the bowl. So I don't want nobody to be like, oh, that's a stretch. I want the bowl. You feel me? I want the big one. You know, but as long as I see improvement next season, man, this season, man.
Last season, Jackson Dart showed more than enough to earn that starting job and become popular amongst a demanding Giants fan base. Dart is obviously not the finished article yet, but many in the league have seen enough from him so far to consider him a franchise quarterback of the future, Harbaugh included. There's no doubt that the opportunity to work with a quarterback like Dart impacted his decision to take this job, compared to the uncertainty around the position at so many other head coaching vacancies. That has got to be a serious boost for Dart himself. This is a 22-year-old quarterback in the country's biggest city and media market, having to deal with all the pressure and mental demands that come with that. Now, one of the best coaches in pro football has chosen his next destination.
No, all that little slow your roll, I don't think like that. Ain't slowing my roll none, because I know we got the pieces. I know we got a coach. I know that's been our problem for a minute now. Ain't no slow your roll. I'm thinking bold this season. That's what I'm thinking. Nobody thought the Patriots was going to be in this position, and look at them. You know what I'm saying? Nothing you could do to make me believe it's a new season. So I'm dang right I'm thinking bold. You know what I'm saying? You're dang right. You're dang skippy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, heck yeah, bro. You ain't finna make me not believe in my team. I don't care. Slow down, buddy. No, I'm speeding up. All that little slowing. No, we've been playing slow for long enough. F playing slow. You know what I'm saying? We playing fast now. Fast and physical. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Largely on the chance to.
Oh my God. You know the freaking Eagles got rid of Kevin Petulia. Man, bro. My man's. How many offensive coordinators than Jalen Hurts got fired? Y'all gonna understand that it's not Kevin Petulia, it's him. That's what Smeagol fans don't want to understand. This man is an offensive coordinator killer. How many offensive coordinators then got fired under Jalen Dirt? It's not a coincidence. You know what I mean? Everybody was trash under Jalen Dirt. No, they're not trash. He's trash. You know what I'm saying? He's trash. That's who's trash. Him. It's like, bro, it's a freaking, like, it's not hard to understand, bro. It's like we only got to look at one person. It's like, dang, you went through 4 offensive coordinators? Bro, the problem has to be you. But Smeagol fans don't want to look that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to look that right there. You feel me? They don't want to do that.
Work with him. That's got to be huge for his confidence as he continues to learn the ropes of being a
Jalen Dirt was never like Jalen Dirt. In reality, Jalen Dirt never been a top 5 QB. You know what I'm saying? He never been a top 5 QB. Never. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. Like gets carried by his defense. You know, last season, he was 18 for 5. Got carried by Saquon Durant. Never been in an MVP conversation. Never. Never, bro. You feel me? Is he even all pro this season? You say he better than Pat? European
NFL quarterback.
But in my opinion, he's smoking on some good dopey dog.
Part in New York. He looks confident in the pocket, despite how bad his offensive line was at times, and looks impressive on the run.
I'm finna say our offensive line was definitely good this season. You know what I mean? So I was finna say, slow your roll, buddy. You know what I mean? I thought I had a casual that I was reacting to. I was finna say our offensive line was definitely good this season, my boy. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to hear none of that. That's how I knew Russell Wilson was BJ. You know what I mean? When he could have performed on our offensive line. Got our Andrew Thomas back, you know what I'm saying? Offensive line definitely wasn't a problem.
Confident in the pocket, despite how bad his offensive line was at times, and looks impressive on the run, showing that ability to improvise and keep plays alive with his legs.
2022, y'all did not have a trash defense. Please stop it. You know what I mean? Please stop it. Talking about you had a trash defense. Stop the cap. Watch the whole Super Bowl. Stop lying, bro. Smeagol did not have a trash defense, bro, in 2022. Stop freaking lying, bro.
In just his third NFL start,
you had Slay, you had CJ Gardner-Johnson, you had all them Bradbury, man. Bro, stop lying.
The league's best defenses in the Philadelphia Eagles. That Thursday night, Dart played calm, mistake-free football, throwing for 195 yards on 25 passes and a touchdown, whilst adding 58 more yards on the ground. Dart led the team into the red zone and allowed Cam Scadaboo to finish 3 of these drives off with short touchdown runs near the goal line. This was the worst defensive showing of the season for Philly, and it came at the hands of a rookie quarterback who had just lost Malik Neighbors, his #1 receiver, to a serious injury just 2 weeks earlier. Beyond the quality of his play, Dart's ability to approach games like this without fear and take the game to one of the league's best defenses was extremely impressive and potentially a real sign of things to come for him and the team. The injury to Neighbors would obviously prove to be a big blow, as any team would be hindered by missing a wideout of his quality. Neighbors was a phenomenon during his college career at LSU, and he has more than lived up to the hype in a tough situation as a rookie. In that 2024 season, he managed 1,204 yards and 7 touchdowns in just 15 games, despite being on the league's second worst scoring offense and having to catch passes from Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, Tommy DeVito, and Tim Boyle. This saw him earn all-rookie honors and be named to the Pro Bowl as a reward for his stellar first season. It remains to be seen how well he will bounce back from the torn ACL that he suffered in the Week 4 matchup with the Chargers, but if he can get back to his best, there's no reason why he can't surpass those kinds of numbers with Jackson Dart throwing him the ball and John Harbaugh coaching the team.
Sure.
On the ground, the Giants have found another breakout star in Cam Scadaboo, a 4th-round pick out of Arizona State who became popular with Giants.
Bro said how much help does freaking Jackson Dart need? How much help does Jalen Dirt need? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much help does he need? He needs all the help he can get. You know what I'm saying? Us having a good draft. We got an early draft pick in the first round, and then we got an early draft pick in the second. You know what I'm saying? In the second round pick, we got a 5th round draft pick. First round, we got a 5th. I said 5th round. Second round, we got a 5th pick. First round, we got a 5th pick. I like to trade up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's good right there. For me, like I said, oh my God, good God almighty, dog. Got to get this book out my nose. I don't think I got the book out my nose yet. But anyways, like I was saying, man, is that freaking, we draft Caleb Downs number 5, and then we go for the Indiana wide receiver in the 2nd round. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel, honestly, And then get an O-line help, bro. O-line wasn't even bad this season, bro.
His aggressive, high-risk running style, showing absolutely no fear on the field. He
get an O-line in the 3rd, bro.
Faithful through his production, topping 100 scrimmage yards in 3 of the 7 games he finished, including that 34-17 victory over the Eagles. Sadly, his season was also cut short during the second matchup with Philly last year, but he'd shown more than enough to suggest that he can be a serious threat in this offense. Scadaboo and Neighbors are exactly the kind of young, high-energy, high-upside players that John Harbaugh will love to coach and get the very best out of. However, there's potential on this offense beyond just those two. Wan'Dale Robinson had his best year yet in Neighbors' absence, putting up over 1,000 yards as the de facto wide receiver one.
Gotta resign Wan'Dale.
Second-year running back Tyrone Tracy Jr. managed over 1,000 scrimmage yards for the second straight season, continuing to be a threat in both the running and
we got Tracy Jones. We gotta sign Reed, bro. We gotta sign Wan'Dale back, bro. Wan'Dale, bro. Get Wan'Dale back and get Tracy Jones, bro. Wan'Dale gotta come back, bro. F. Darius Slayton. It's clear as day who the better wide receiver is, bro. Wan'Dale is better than Darius Slayton, no doubt.
Passing games. Let's be honest.
Got 1,000 yards this season.
This offense has all the makings of being a huge problem in 2026. The same can be said for the defense. They were, of course, the main source of the team's problems in 2025.
Hello, I'm recording.
But there are certainly a few impressive pieces to build the unit around. The most obvious of these is Brian Burns, an edge rusher who was named second-team All-Pro last campaign, the only Giant to collect the honor. Burns managed 16.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 31 quarterback hits in 2025. It is so important to everything good that this defense does right now. The rest of the defensive line also has pieces to work with, including last season's third overall pick Abdul Carter, who had a solid rookie campaign in 2025. Then you have two-time second-team All-Pro defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence, who has proven himself to be one of the very best at his position. Both of these men, and many others, will benefit massively from a new head coach, and indeed a new defensive coordinator. Whilst the Giants have yet to announce a new man to take up that role, there will be no shortage of defensive minds in the game desperate to link up with a coach like Harbaugh and take part in this exciting rebuild opportunity. When you consider the incredible weapons along this D-line and the prospect of them operating within a John Harbaugh-led team, it really is easy to see why these Giants could become such a problem in no time at all. All in all, this Giants job opening was clearly an enticing one for Harbaugh, especially with the current state of the NFC East. Last season, only the Eagles managed a final record over 500, and even they didn't impress much, being outscored by the Giants and crashing out of the playoffs at the first hurdle to the 49ers. If the Giants can hit with the 5th overall pick and add a few pieces in free agency, they have a real shot of reclaiming the division title for the first time since 2011. Such is the positive impact that Harbaugh can have on this team. As we've seen, the team's record on first-round draft picks has been impressive in recent years, with the last 2 seasons seeing them pick up Malik Neighbors, Abdul Carter, and of course, Jackson Dart with those selections. With a new, elite head coach who knows what it takes to succeed in this league and exciting playmakers on both sides of the ball, this really could be the beginning of a new dawn in New York after so many lean years. Watch out for the Giants this year. They're showing all the signs of being a problem for years to come. The question is, do you agree? Let us know.
I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? But people don't see the vision, bro. People don't see the vision that I see. Sometimes you gotta show people. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I realized, bro. See, at the beginning, nobody believes. That's one thing you realize, y'all. At the beginning, nobody believes. That's how it is with life. At the beginning, nobody believes until they see progress. Until they see progress, nobody believes. So they don't see the vision. So what I'm speaking is delusional to them because they don't see the vision. A couple of people see the vision. You know what I'm saying? But most of the people, Giants trash. And then the same ones that saying that Giants trash is going to be the same ones on our tip when we do good when we do good this season. You know what I'm saying? When we do good this season. Don't be on our tip. Keep that same energy. You know what I'm saying? Keep that same energy. We seen teams turning around when they get a new head coach. Look at the Patriots.